Hello, it's Jang here with a look at a Mega Bloks Collector Series Call of Duty set. This is Combat Vehicle Attack, comes with 961 pieces. Respect this build, yo. This took about 3 hours to put together. The end result just floors me, how good it looks. The number of different types of building techniques used here was just incredible. The number of different odd angles that are made to come together along different edges, how they sealed up different edges with strange angles. They built upside down, right side up, left, right. Just a positive master class on parts usage by the designer and or designers of this set. This thing is just at the top of what's possible with production level buildable sets, how it goes together, how it ends up looking in the completed product. This is a replica of a Soviet BTR-80 APC, and specifically one of the A style of IFV variants with the 30mm cannon on the top. In Call of Duty, this was seen in, I believe, all of the Modern Warfare games to date. It also had a cameo in Ghosts. And this is a real thing that actually exists, so you could see it as just being a straight-up military model as well. They managed to get a lot of smooth surfaces on the outside, but then they mixed in various different greebling or texturing techniques that are actually based upon reference photos of the real vehicles. So everything that they've put in here is actually not for just texturing for the sake of texturing, but actually to try to represent something that you would see if you actually walked right up to a real BTR-80. For instance, on the turret, you've got some smoke grenade canister launchers on the back. The turret itself is based off the general design of the real thing, and this thing is able to spin around a full 360 degrees. It has altitude adjustment or attitude adjustment. You can bring it up. It has a little bit of a spot right there where it kind of gets stuck just a little bit, but you can easily just push that slightly past that. Good range there, nice and smooth. No stickers used on the set whatsoever, so print right there, print anywhere that you see anything that looks like a print or a sticker. I appreciate that very much. These hatches, this is one place where I actually could do a little bit of a nitpick, and therefore I will. The hatches should hinge forward. These upper ones, they should hinge forward, but they hinge back. No big deal, no big deal at all. Another little thing here, and you can actually see it as you look through the hull there to the other side, is that the lower part of the hatch is actually gappy on the side. So that's one thing that I do wish was built up a little bit more, but you don't see that normally by default. Nice little latch here on the side that you can turn down to then allow the whole hatch to fit right down. Comes right in between the center pairs of wheels and tires. Speaking of which, a beautiful, beautiful design or mold that they've done for the tires here. Let's actually look at those with a little more light on just them. Look at that tread. Oh, that is great tread. And they also have these specialized hubcaps or wheel covers that give you a little more realistic detail. No working suspension on this model, but they did put some little representations of the suspension units, the struts for each and every axle all the way through here, and those are mirrored from left to right. There are another pair of hatches back here that open to the sides to give you, I feel, just unnecessary engine detail. Notice that's not a complaint. I feel they went above and beyond what they needed to do for a model of this level of sophistication and cost, but you can see that they actually went for some of the major details of major components, again, that you would find on the real thing. One more hatch back here. This is more of a flap that just comes up because it is an amphibious vehicle, so they got your little stern drive, although the real thing uses a water jet. Again, with the pretty nice connections of different angles along the edges. A couple of things that could be, or a handful of things can be stored on the sides, plus a couple of extra spots where you can put in some more jerry cans or other things. Also, a lot of these points of texture can be used as handholds, so those can be used to attach your people there. These are intake snorkels up here, antenna a couple more antennas, you know, little actual useful stuff that represents real functional things. Up front, the main windscreens have covers which can be pulled up to their characteristic safe driving position like so. No actual window pieces or simulated glass go into there, but do note that this is a new piece that they brought in for the main canopy shape there, because that does have that interesting different angle, and they wanted to get that right. So this is one place where they put in a little extra expense to get the new part. In addition, for human access to this thing, you can take most of the roof off, including the turret, and that just comes off as one assembly. It's only attached with a couple of studs on either side, otherwise you've just got a smooth little trough of tiles going around the edge. Inside you'll find a single seat for the driver in the front, kind of a simplified area there. A couple of printed console pieces there towards the front, smoothed off the edges a little bit. A couple of little storage compartments where you can put some small minifig equipment. And then you've got seating for four, comfortable seating for four figures. So two on either side. You can just attach the holes in the backs of the figures right onto the wall there and get just a little bit of a ledge. So not a large seat for them, but it's enough space. Also some clips on the back wall where you can place your weapons for each of your characters. Only four there in total though. It would have been nice to have a little bit of extra, but that can certainly be customized in. And you can see the other side is built exactly the same. And you can also put some additional figures in the center there as well if you want to just kind of pack this full a little bit. The set comes with 3 figures, and certainly the star here is the officially named Soap McTavish over on the left. It's a little bit unfortunate about the eye print there. It's just a little bit offset, especially with his left eye, so that makes it look a little bit wonky. Too bad about that. He does come with a LMG there with, I believe, a new barrel. I think that's a new higher caliber barrel, and also a new drum mag. So nice pieces for customization. The other 2 figures don't have official names. You could, I think, pretty easily see one as being from NATO, one being Soviet, or you could see both of them as being on either side. Obviously, the vehicle in this set is a Soviet or a Russian craft, but how you want to divvy up your figures and use them is entirely up to you. There's what those figures look like from the back, and they also throw in these accessories that you can use with your figures in addition to the E-tool, the spade, and a couple of jerry cans that are already attached to the APC, IFV, BTR, etc. Lastly, set includes a little bit of terrain, just a couple of the medium small pieces with a fence here that you put up. It's supposed to represent chain link with barbed wire going across the top. You can use this to block off one area or just see it as being part of a continuous system. If I wore a hat, I would definitely take it off in respect for the work done by the designer, again, or designers of this set, because it is phenomenal. Putting it together, even though it's just a matter of following instructions, it felt like it was an advanced model. I felt like I was being taught, I was going to school on how to build something using the Mega Bloks inventory of pieces. In the end, what matters most, of course, is how it turns out when it's all completed, and I think it turns out great. The scale is not perfect. The details are not perfect. It doesn't have all of the details. For instance, it should have 3 smoke grenade launchers on either side of the turret, if I'm not mistaken. Lots of little things like that can be picked on, but I don't feel it's really called for. For the scale that they went for the budget, for the retail price for the set, the parts count, all the normal constraints of building what is essentially supposed to be a toy and ends up being a bit of a collector piece, all that stuff considered, I think they just did a pretty perfect job with this set. I know for a fact that I could not have done any better, and I know for a fact that I could not have done this good. Let me know if you have any thoughts that you would like to share with myself, and more importantly with the rest of the viewers, by leaving a comment down below. Really appreciate feedback from the viewers. Be sure to check out that video description for lots of answers to the most frequently asked viewer questions, and I will be talking to you again very soon.